What's up, 501?
What's going on, everybody?
Here. Looks a little better this week. I was going to have to come over and give him CPR last show.
I mean, the last show I was just a few days out of my procedure, so
I didn't really want to give you CPR, but I would have. Like, if you would have just stopped breathing, I would have jumped in the truck, come over there, and resuscitated you.
That's
It'd been nice.
That's mighty white of you. I would hope.
Anyway, we got a lot. What?
I don't.
Anyway, we got a lot of tournaments to cover. We're not going to talk football this week.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah, we are because the Dolphins.
Anyway,
what's the Dolphins' record now? Which team in the NFL had a stranglehold on the number one seed in the AFC and now doesn't? Who's the first team in 762 NFL games to lose after leading by 14 with more than 3 minutes to play?
I think it was 766. I mean, you're off on your numbers a little bit. We get the point.
Maybe it was 764, but
it was something like that. It was bad. I was all. Did you see the Christmas sweater I was wearing? I wore the crew at a program at night.
I did see that. Yeah.
That was my ugly sweater, like my Dolphins' ugly sweater Christmas. And I was wearing it, man. I was pumped up. I was watching the game. Crew sang, I turned the game off, but I was sitting there, I had the game on and in the church and pumped up, rushed everybody home. And man, that game was just ugly. I mean, I hope the Titans quarterback got drug tested because his eyes were like,
he's happy.
That's it, I guess.
Well, no, wait a second. I would like to say something about my 10-3 Cowboys that beat the dog crap out of the Eagles.
They did.
Yeah, they're looking good. They're going to go to Buffalo. We're going to go to Buffalo this week and do y'all a little favor, something that y'all couldn't do. So
we'll see. Did you watch Brokeback Mountain after the win?
Why would I watch Brokeback Mountain?
Well, that's what you Cowboy fans do. Anyway, let's go. 12-3 Mountain Crew. Our last show was 12-3. We had the captain seeds. Pick the seedings. This Christmas Slyder Cup has been one that I'm ready to get over with. It's been interesting for sure. The captain selection was interesting. I don't know how to put it. Glad all that's over with. It's time to play, time to roll. We'll get more into Slyder Cup later, but 12-3 Mountain Crew. You had Brandon. I don't even know who that is. I mean, I don't even feel like I should say his name anymore because I say it 100 times a night. Brandon and Kenny got first.
I bet you
Chris
do.
Saban and Blake got second, and Bud and Liz T got third. It's Mountain Crew Sunday 12-3. Hard Rider number 73. It's hard to believe we've had 73 tournaments at Hard Rider. I mean,
yeah.
A year and a half. I mean, close to a year and a half, man. That's cool. Which, I mean, we've probably had 150 there, but 73 on this roll. Raymond King and Bonita got first. Regulator and Jeff Hawkins. My name is Jeff. Got second. He's on my OG team this week. We're going to win. And Chappie and Tim T. Chappie's back. He's been deer hunting for a month, so he's back. Got him as a partner last night. They're pretty decent. We just couldn't win a game. And Tim T got third. So Chappie and Tim T got third. We've been running regionals every week at BB on Tuesday nights. Been kind of fun, but man, I was wore out today, man. I was just so tired of Tuesday, Wednesday. All you troopers that can go play cornhole every night, stay out till 1 o'clock. Kudos to you. I mean, I don't know how you do it.
I can't do it. I'm good for once a week, and it has to be on a night that I don't have to work the next day.
Well, I mean, you just turned 50 this week, didn't you? Or 50?
Yeah, 50.
50.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was 50. I thought it was 52, 3.
What?
I know you're old. But, seniors, ACO, see, you can play in there next year. So, I mean, like, you might be winning this tournament. We might be talking about you next year in the seniors. You know,
I thought you had to be 55.
I mean, you're close.
That's 5 years.
Oh.
I'll be lucky if I live 5 more years.
Sure. After last week on the 2 weeks ago on the show, I think you were gonna make it. I mean, I was sitting there like, I was kind of worried about it. I'm glad that you know, Brad, my coworker, he's like, man, that dude was like, why is it ghost, man? Like he had no color, and you look white
Yeah.
right now. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I didn't. I did not. I didn't feel good that last show
you look a
at
little
all.
you look a little pasty.
Well, I don't have
Seniors
a long
ACO,
beard yet, so
seniors ACO, Jeff C got first. I actually won $20 on that too. You know, always before seniors and women's, and like me and Brandon throw a bet down, and Bud was the one that threw 20 down this week, and I picked. I think he picked. Can't remember who he picked to win. Raymond. I think he picked Raymond. Jeff C. I picked Jeff C. He won it, so I won $20. Toby got second, and Rusty Eisenhower got third. We ran ACO doubles. Zach and Lee. I think Zach's getting married this week. Congrats. Don't do it. Lee Chambers, Zach and Lee got first. Air Miller Die got second, and Team 157, which is Hunter Hill and Nick Sample, got third. So a little representation from 3 different groups, or
yeah,
2.5, whatever.
yeah, 2 1/4.
Cool. 2 1/4. We'll do that.
Yes, I mean, can you call it a group when there's only 9 people? I mean,
I ain't taking no shot. BB for okay. Oh, my upper lower. So here go my chicken scratch again. Brandon and Taddy got first. Jeff and Cheetah Girl got second, and Brad and Easy got third. Jeff Clifton's been on a roll lately.
yeah,
Cheetah Girl's been on a roll.
yeah.
She did pretty good at ACO singles or ACO women's last week. Baby, we run in 2 different brackets. That's the upper lower. I'm not saying I can't read my writing, man. I gotta start going slower.
Take your time.
Baby number 2, we had I know, right? We had Freddie and Lacey got first place. Eric Ray and Lewis got second, and Bam Bam and Lori Kay got third. I'm gonna throw the Challenge Cup in here. Anthony and Jordan ran a tournament for their softball team. Austin Potts and Miranda got first. Anthony K and BP4 got second, and McLovin and Sean P got third. So, and we've ran 14 or 15 tournaments the last 2 weeks. So, Lone Oak number 57, BP4, 2 podiums in a row. Bobby Snow, first place. Regulator and Anthony Penn got second. Haven't seen Anthony in a while. And Mind Your Business and OG Outlaw, Scotty Jackson got third. So that's the recap of my first page. So, any comments or anything?
We got a few people watching. Kyle Preston's watching. I'm not sure I remember exactly who that is, but Jarrett Barks.
He texted me tonight when the Dolphins defense, I was in the program and I forgot to text him back, but I need to get with him and check on how everything is going.
Lots of Go Cowboys. Lots of Go Cowboys comments.
Of course. 501 Mountain Crew at Bud's. The switch, you had Goob and Labiak. And Labiak, I'm going to brag on him for a minute, man. That dude threw lights out last night. Him and Brandon got a big win. Labiak was a little animated, was cheering. Kind of surprised that him and Brandon beat Anthony and Brad, but double dipped them. But we'll get into that in a minute. Goob and Labiak got first. Brandon and Liz got second, and then LT and Little D. I don't know what the Little D stands for, but LT and Little D got third. 501 blind draw, Mountain Crew blind draw. LT and Goob got first. Brandy and Sheriff got second. Sheriff will be playing a Slyder Cup this weekend. Here we go. Tony H and Blake T got third. Again, my writing. Tony H and Blake got third. Hard rider number 74. Joseph B and Jordan K got first. Robbie Burton, Bobby Snow got second. Sean P and Tim T got third. Sean P's been throwing some good bags too. ACO co-ed this week. Sebastian and Smiley. Sebastian come in and took 2 trophy boards, and I offered him cash. I said, "Do you want cash or a trophy board?" He's like, "I want a trophy board." That's kind of open to keep him. Anyway, Smiley, man, she's been throwing really well. They've been traveling a lot. I think they've won a couple regionals back to back. I mean, her PPR has really improved, man. Smiley's throwing good bags right now. 157, Nick and Lisa got second, and Anthony and Jordan got third in co-ed. ACO World Singles. I'd say I won there. I never won a singles regional. Have you?
Do what?
I want to win a singles regional. Sebastian got first, Brandon got second, and Nick got third. And those last 2 or 3 games were badass. I mean, sitting there watching, I think Sebastian was in the king seat, and Brandon had a double dip him. And Brandon won the first game. I think it was like a 10-8 PPR against a 10-4 PPR. I don't know. They weren't missing much. Brandon was hitting some push shots. Sebastian's just fun to watch. I mean, he can throw anything.
Yeah,
so that's kind of cool to watch. But BB number 7, hard to believe we've already done 7 weeks there. Brendan Labiak got first. Brad and Anthony got second, and Zach Kill and Jeff Clifton got third. There were some really good teams in that last night. Taking the top 16 PPR, I mean, it really puts pressure on, like, to throw and get in that top 16. And once the numbers climb back up, we'll start doing maybe like a spin and taking 16, 18, 20, 22, something like that. Just kind of mix it up. Keep it from sandbagging.
I'm going to need you to open it up to everybody if I'm going to make the top.
Well, you might be down the bottom where, go down there and win a tournament. There were some good throwers in the bottom last night, but you're not a PPR guy.
No, I'm not.
And that's the hard thing about, the block and push guys. And,
yeah,
that's not a PPR stat. And for that reason, I hate PPR. But it does. The cream rises to the top, and that typically happens a lot. So, number 2, the lower, Fred and Stephen Wolf got first. Numbskull and Mrs. Butler got second, and Cali Girl and Jeff got third. So that's all my tournaments.
That's it.
That's it. 14 tournaments, 2 weeks. We got Slyder Cup this week. Any comments?
Let's revisit the Dolphins collapse.
What are you doing?
What?
I don't know.
If it would have been the Cowboys that happened to, well, first of all, I would have got the phone call that I get every time the Cowboys lose. The next day, you call me and say, "Are you okay?" And then it wouldn't have stopped. We'd still be talking about that.
I did do that when they lost to the Cardinals. The Cardinals had a third-string quarterback playing.
We lost to the Titans.
Titans are better than the Cardinals. I mean, they're all professional athletes, Jimmy. The slip-ups are going to happen.
I got here. Look here. Here's my. you weren't saying that whenever we lost to the Cardinals. But here, look, the 49ers play the Cardinals this weekend. And I'm looking for the Cardinals to beat the 49ers. That's my early prediction. And then the Cowboys to be in the number 1 seed slot.
I see DK just jumped up. Didn't the Chiefs have a little slip up this week?
The Chiefs are on a down slope. They might as well just pack it in. Oh, cry baby. Crying on the sideline.
Anyway, let's get off football because Gary Farron made a point. He's like, "Is this a football show?"
Well, you know what?
I expected nothing less from Gary Farron. I mean, I was like, I don't think I responded to it. You know, so I was like, well, you know, I mean, you've got to have show content. You know, you just can't go corner. I mean, like you got to clown each other a little bit.
Tell the Grinch to give me a holler next time.
I think he's coming this weekend. He's got a new camera he wants to try out. I don't know what he's got going on, but I think he's coming. Let's get to the Slyder Cup. We're having a chili cook-off. Got a pretty sweet trophy board. I can't. Bruce told me that it's for my eyes only. But we do have a sweet chili cook-off. I think judges are going to be Beth, Zookeeper, and Ritter. We're probably going to knock the chili cook-off out when we get there. Go ahead and get my trophy, get that win, you know, so I can move on with my day. I already know it's tied up. I mean, I don't think anybody can touch my chili.
I think Beth should not have been a judge. She should have entered some chili, but you know.
Well, I mean, she should have. But I mean,
I bet you old Dave can cook some chili too.
Oh, Dave Burke's chili is gonna be fire, I bet.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I got him. You know, I got one ingredient in there it's just gonna get it. And Rusty was kind of telling me what he did to his chili last night. And I kind of wish he wouldn't tell me because I really want to try it. I'm not gonna try it, but what he said he puts in there, I could see how it would, you know, grab some attention. But anyway, I'm excited about chili cook-off. Plus, it's a potluck.
Like Jarrett Bark says he don't put beans in his chili. So basically, you're putting that on a hot dog. What?
I'm gonna have so many beans in my chili, and I'm kind of worried about it because if everybody eats my chili and there's 100 people in there, it's gonna get a little gassy, and I'm kind of worried about it. So we're gonna turn the fans on. Guys, after you eat the chili, go outside. Like if you know you got you gotta let one go. The door, just walk outside and come back in. Like we don't need all that in there. You know, we're throwing. Just walk outside, let it go, stay out there about 30 seconds and come back in. I mean, take a time out. You know, there's no need. It's going to be a small room, 100 people in there. I mean, let's just be polite to everyone. Don't do it because I got a lot of beans. And someone said there's only one bathroom, so there's a bathroom across the VFW. So if you go to the bar, adults only 21 and over can go over there. There's a couple stalls. So I probably should have rethought about the chili cook-off a little bit, but you know what? It's going to be a cool, rainy day. I mean, chili's going to work out great. Back to the Slyder Cup. Single is going to be the same way we do every year. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bracket play, it gives you a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think 2 fifth place finishes. So the tiebreaker will be point scored. So whoever scores the most points will get fifth place points. Whoever scores less points will get sixth place points. So I mean, before we have any questions, I mean, again, we're not playing for thousands of dollars. This is just for fun. I mean, it's a Christmas Slyder Cup. I mean, I know everybody wants to win a trophy board, but you know, I mean, it's just for fun. There's no PPR, no DPR, no SPR, none of that. It's wins, losses. Be respectful. You know, no need to go 62 rounds in a game. I mean, it's not that serious, you know.
Well, there's going to be some of those.
No, I mean, I know. Doubles is 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. And then quads, I think, is 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6 or something like that. We will have a new scoring system this summer, thanks to some players. So we're going to have a new scoring system. We're going to incentivize.
Well, it'll be weighted, top heavy. Number one. I can't read that. Oh yeah, bring a toy. Yeah, bring a toy. We almost forgot that.
Yeah. Thank you, my lovely assistant, Crystal. Please bring a toy. Please, her writing is better than mine. So we're doing a toy drive for CASA and Charlesville. We're donating to some churches. And again, if you know a family in need or something like that, just shoot me a message and we'll make sure that their kids are taken care of. So, I mean, we don't want anyone going without. Need a meal, need a turkey, a ham, toys. Please let us know, and 501 take care of it. Quads. You can alternate. I know some people play. Most people play the Slyder Cups, but you have to use the same bag. You can alternate throws, go 2-2, 1-1. I mean, whatever you want to do. You have to go on the same side. Basic rules. I mean, we're gonna try to keep it as simple as possible. But back to incentivizing it. Summer Slyder Cup. This is a whole lot more work. We will. First place is going to have certain points. Second place. I mean, you want your best people playing against the best people. Like, you want it to be competitive. So, you do win these Slyder Cups at the bottom, but that's your bottom people kicking ass like mine did last year. And that I think my wife went 5-0 in doubles. As a lower seed. That's how you win Slyder Cups. But
have you and I ever been on the same Slyder Cup team?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. All the way back to the very first one in your backyard, we were on opposite teams.
And honestly, if you weren't sitting there in like the 8th round, I may not have grabbed you this year. But I was like, that was great value for the 8th round.
I don't care.
So
makes no difference to me. Well, then you should have put me down as the damn 8th seed.
Yeah, what's funny, and I told you this today, but Lewis walked up to me last night. He's like, and Lewis, I didn't know Lewis paid this much attention to people throwing bags or not, but Lewis said, I mean, everybody knows Lewis, very opinionated. He goes, like, most of your players haven't been throwing right. So, Lewis, I'm well aware of that. He's like, yeah, Daryl and Robert, Jimmy and Beth and Crystal and Jake. He said, hell, they ain't thrown bags in months. I said, Lewis, I know. So
it don't matter.
They're not expecting our team. Like, I think we're the underdogs.
Good. What'd you say earlier? Cream rises to the top.
They do.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't thrown a bag. Well, Beth and I, neither one have thrown a bag since November 24th, which was, the day after Thanksgiving. So
anyway, back to food. We have to have enough food there for the entire day. So I think we're going to have 8 crock pots of chili. I know people are bringing, I've seen a pork butt and I've seen maybe some gumbo. Like, I've seen some stuff. Of course, we'll order some pizzas. I mean, we've got to have food there from 2 o'clock till time we finish. So, I mean, whatever you bring, I think last year we didn't throw away hardly any food. I think it all got.
Oh, yeah, it was. So, yeah, it was gone. Yeah. Hey, Chris Seaton, you're exactly right, Chris Seaton. OGs don't need to practice.
No, I mean, I would say Crystal come up there Wednesday, and she's like, hey, I need to go throw. So I went up there and set up early. Her first 4 bags are in the hole. I'm like, yeah, you got this, man. You got this. Like, I think her and Jake will do pretty good. I mean, Jake didn't really throw before the big Slyder Cup, and look what he did.
No, yeah.
I mean, love some Jake's down. But I'm excited about the Slyder Cup. I mean, it's probably my most favorite time of the year, except this one because it's been stressful. But looking forward to it. get some toys for some kids, the chili cook-off, throw some bags. Competition's so crazy, man. Like, you look at, like, the people in 501 that's throwing bags now, it's like, it used to be kinda like, I wouldn't say top heavy. You had a tier, and then you had a second tier, and a third tier, and maybe a fourth tier. I don't feel like there's 4 tiers no more. I think there's, like, 2 to 3 tiers. I mean, like, I think if you take the top 5 of the group, 7, 8 through 30 are the same player, and, that's cool because you can walk up to the boards and you never know if you're gonna
Yeah.
win or not. I mean, I used to walk to the boards and I knew if I was gonna win the game or not. Now
Oh,
it's like, people throw, man, and I love it. I love that aspect, and I love that people are getting better and taking it seriously. But we also have to keep the fun element, and I always say that. Um, After the first year, we're doing our first. After a request for several times, I mean, we're doing an all women's switch and an all men's switch. So the first tournament after the first, or the first tournament in January, be an all women's switch. So I mean, I'd like to have 20, 30 women over there. If you're beginner, new, um, seasoned, don't ever play, like, we need to get the women out, let them have fun. Um, Probably going to take some of the entry fees and let the winner of the women's play the winner of the men's. So maybe like $100 or something. Winner take
there you
all,
go. Yeah.
So put them in center court. Everybody watching women against men. I think that'd be a blast. We'll go Facebook Live and stream it, and I think that'd be fun. Because I mean, heck, man, a lot of women can beat most of the men now. I mean, like there's but we gotta get some ice on it. You got it for a second.
Hey, that reminds me of something. When you say everybody watch, get everybody watching. Let's try to remember that most times at the VFW there are 2 tournaments going. I realize the BYOP tournament is usually played down towards the stage, and usually the championship is played next to the stage. But there's also a switch going on the other side of the room. Please be mindful. When they're in the championship down there in the switch, let's try and clear the boards on either side of that. Because there again, it is a championship game, and it's important to a lot of people, especially people that haven't been there. So let's give a little bit of courtesy and not play right next to a championship game.
Yeah, we just had to take the boards down and set them down. That's not a big deal at all. That's a good idea. Any questions, comments? You got anything else, Jimmy?
Not unless you want to talk about the Dolphins some more.
I do not want to talk about the Dolphins. I'm done with that. I don't see anything. I'm excited about Team OG though. I'm excited for Daryl and Robert because Daryl was my first doubles partner.
Yeah,
and I've probably said this before, but we won the biggest first tournament in Arkansas that I remember. We had 48 teams there, and me and Daryl went down there and kicked some ass. And I think I drove with my knee the entire way home. Daryl's over there like clenched up, tight. I don't think he said a word. He was so scared. But I mean, I was like pumped up, it was a fun time.
Well, from the photos and videos you were taking that day, I don't imagine your hands were on the wheel.
No, there was no videos. There's no proof of that,
But Anthony Kirk said, "How many doubles partners have you had?"
I really haven't played with a lot of people.
4. I'm talking about. I mean, somebody that you played with more than 4 or 5 times in a tournament. So my count is 4.
Yeah, Daryl, you, Seth, DK,
yeah.
And go ahead and say it.
I ain't saying nothing.
No, DK's got DK. He's taking a little break. Seth took a little break.
Thank you. Thank you, Dustin King, for just proving my point. But
I may give a look down the other side of the court, but I'm not mad because I suck. You know what I mean? So it's not like I expect. Like I'm looking. That's just the way I look. I'm not mad. Like I don't get mad. I don't throw hats or
right,
drop balls or punch doors or slam bags. That's not my personality.
Yeah. Hey, Cedric Payne said, "Fun on the river in Duval's Bluff. Y'all introduced the 202 to the game."
Yeah,
that
was fun.
That was
fun. I was a little scared that day. I don't remember who it was. We were
Chester. It was Chester.
Now that I know Chester, oh my gosh, man! I thought we were fixing a fight, man. And then, that was fun. But I missed those kind of tournaments. Like I missed those days where it was just like cool. And back then, man, you see Scott and them sign up, and you're like, and because they wanted to come down and kick your ass, so it's kind of
but you got to remember too, back in the day, I mean, Scott and Zach, I mean, they were good, but I mean, hell, you and Daryl beat them. Me and my partner back then beat them. I mean,
well, I thought that day that we beat Scott and Zach and Ward, we were gonna fight them. And Zach was so mad because I guess that tournament that we had, it was a fundraiser for a veterans AVO or something like that.
Travis put it on.
Yeah. Well, back then we did skunks. So I mean, I think it was 11-0 skunk. Well, I hit this airmail drag on. Yeah, I was down there with Scott. Scott was on my end, and Zach was down there with Daryl. And we hit 11-0 skunk. And the game was over. And oh man, they were mad. But we were throwing corn bags, and I think this is when we first started picking up on resin filled bags. And they had Reynolds, I think Excels or something. And which turned out like Reynolds Excels were a really, really, really good bag, like for humid. I mean, they just slid in the hole. I had a red set, and I think Toby still got his blue set. And those bags would just find the hole. But we did reference the someone, and I'm not even getting really into the conversation last night, but Seaton and someone else, this guy was trying to tell me, he's like, "Hey, you need to throw these bags." I said, "Man, I would go throw a set of slide rice before I would throw those bags." So, and then Seaton chimed in, he's like, "Phil, you won a lot of games with slide rice," and I was like, "Yeah."
Every tournament you and I won was with slide rights.
I know. And the last time we played together with slide rights, I think I threw them better than you did. I was like, but slide rights. But slide rights did get a mention.
I've still got mine.
Slide rights did get a mention last time. Cedric, that wasn't it. And but you know what I'm talking about, said that it was James, Chester. Yeah, I did. I mean, we didn't know. Like we were just there, and say forget, I'm from Osceola, baby. It didn't really bother me. I just thought we finna go. But love them to death now.
Yeah.
There's nobody I'd really be by my side than James and Bobby or Sid.
Yeah.
I mean, I love them. Chester, I miss Chester.
Monroe.
Monroe.
Yeah.
But anyway,
hey, Chris Seaton said we had a fun championship game on the Arkansas Travelers field, and he said, "Hey, hashtag fun bag."
That's when the fun bags, yeah, and that's when Nick and JD played. But you remember that back then, like that's when Seaton kind of broke off, and him and Guns went and did ATC.
Yeah.
And oh my God, we hated each other. It's like they hated us, we hated them, and it was like not really hate, but it was just competition.
Right.
And it was I mean, Guns and Seaton was winning everything. Like they were walking in tournaments and they were just kicking everybody's ass. Those damn blue vapor bags or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, I used to get so mad. And I hope those bags are lost or in the shuffle. Like I have nightmares about those blue vapor bags. Um, whatever they were. I think they were vapors. I'm sure he'll chime in. But it was hated those bags. Guns and Seton were a team to beat. And yeah, I mean we had what 60, 70 teams that day.
It
And
was
we called the
92.
championship
It was
92 teams.
92.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Hey,
loss was on me, Jimmy. That loss was on me. I completely choked, you know.
you remember the game before that? We were down 20-0 and came back and won that game
Against who?
against Gary and that dude from Illinois.
Yeah. I think he's still on the 501 page. So
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Chris,
love the
you're
old
right.
memories, man.
Chris, I'm
Vapor.
sorry. He just put on there that Jimmy hit a nasty 3-bag drag back in 17 in Conway with slide rights. That's the greatest shot I've ever hit.
I don't know. The greatest shot you ever hit was in Mountain Crew against me to Wash. That's how you got your airmail die shirt. That
That's right.
shot was
Yeah,
more
because you were
impressive.
hanging in the hole.
I
Yeah,
was hanging in the hole, and you let if you take my bag in, I win.
yeah.
And you hit that airmail, didn't drag my bag, and tied it. But I think we're boring everybody. Everybody's jumping off a little
Oh,
bit.
I'm
But
sure. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Hey, some of
like,
the older folk on here are enjoying the reminiscing, but yeah,
no, I love those old tournaments, and I think last night is just we kind of got in those conversations about back in the day of how it used to be, and it was just more fun, you know. And then and I think I talked to Seaton on my way home last night, and it's like, how do you get that fun back into cornhole? You know, I mean,
it's
you
too
got all these
competitive.
turf wars, and you have like, you know, you got 5 places wanting the same 100 people to play every night of the week, and it's like, how do you get how do you transition back to having fun tournaments and everybody enjoying each other and competing against each other? Where the best are playing the best on back then, like when you had a tournament, you had the best people there because there wasn't 16 tournaments. You didn't
No,
have people like, oh well, oh my God, you know, Brandon Lacewell is going to be there. Let me go down the road where there's nobody here so I can win a trophy board. You know,
right,
and that
right.
happens so much now, and it's like people run from that competition. You know,
Well,
and if they also think if they don't have a chance to win, they're not going to go play. So I love the idea, and that's like when we do fundraisers and stuff, you always do a competitive and a social. You know,
right. Well,
and
but
that's probably how I will keep doing it moving
yeah,
forward.
and
But
I agree.
yeah,
I agree. But back then that was before Scoreholio. These new players coming in now, there is Scoreholio. Well,
yeah.
we didn't have that, so you had to hunt and fish for tournaments to even go play in.
Oh my
So
gosh. I mean, I would scroll Facebook every day trying to find a
every
tournament
day trying to find them. Yeah,
with 200 miles of you, you know, and then be like,
yeah,
"Hey, babe, I'm going to somewhere in
yeah,
Podunk, Arkansas to play in this tournament," you know.
yeah.
But I do. That was fun, and we got to get it transition it back to having fun and getting people on the same page. And um, anyway, Slyder Cup this weekend. Let's have a good time. Let's get some toys out. Let's eat, um, throw some bags, and that's what it's all about. It's about family. I feel like 501 is a family. I love everyone, and just want to have a good weekend. So,
Yeah.
got anything else?
No, I don't. Unless you want to talk about the Dolphins.
No, not. Any comments? Whatever.
No, said just imagine if everyone was still together.
Yeah. No, I mean and we got to get it back there. I mean we got it said. I mean I feel like I think Miranda's got a good point.
Yes,
If you had tournaments without SBR and PPR, like so many people
I agree.
make a big deal about that. Like if you just mainly put people in a tournament, run the tournament, that may be bigger turnouts. I mean, people can still pre-register and you just turn it off where nothing counts.
Well, you
so
got to think too.
maybe,
You said earlier about well, somebody sees Brandon Lacewell in a tournament, so they go to a tournament down the road. Well, you turn off. Some people won't show up to a tournament because they don't want to lose PPR. They don't want to lose SPR. And I mean, there again, and we've had a discussion before. PPR and SPR, I could really care less about. So
ruin corner. PPR ruin corner.
Yeah.
I'm constantly thinking, guys. Like I know. I mean, I drive all day, so my mind's constantly working. Like, what tournament will work? What tournament's best? So I mean, know that I'm always trying to improve 501. I want the best quality. I want the best people. I want us to be the best group. So, I mean, I want to run good tournaments, and I want to be competition. And I want to be ethical and on the up and up and do the right thing. So, I mean, you're never going to have the manipulation. I mean, I'm trying to get that out where it's, you keep it legit, keep it cool, keep it fun, keep it fresh, and always looking to try to improve and do the right thing. So know that it's a constant discussion, and we want to do shit the right way, and make it fun for everyone.
Yeah.
You can have fun and you can have serious, and I 100% believe that. I love cornhole. I love the people. And we've had a good year. I'd like to go back and find out how many tournaments we've had this year, and I may do that before the weekend, because I feel like 2024 is going to be even bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, with the locations, I think big things are coming up for 501. I hope we're going to win the Slyder Cup in 24. We're going to bring back Central Arkansas, and I'm ready for it. So. Anything else?
No.
I saw Cheetah Girl. Good job, Cheetah Girl, at the ACL. I mean, you played some good people, beat some good people.
Yeah.
Anyway, may all your I done forgot what to say. I didn't say it last time. May all your beer stay cold and all your bags go in the hole. We'll see you Saturday. Doors open at 1:30. They're having a party Friday night, so the cleaning crew's coming in at 11:30 to clean. They may be done at 12:30. We're doing 12:45. So, but for sure, doors open at 1:30. We'll have everything set up. We'll set the food up on the front wall. I got to go in there and get some more tables and chairs. We're going to be crowded. Y'all bunch in, and let's have a fun Slyder Cup.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jimmy.
See y'all. Go Cowboys.